Greetings, peace and love. Good morning, everybody. Sorry for that delay. I was getting prepared. Good morning. Today is April the 26th. Sorry, May 26th, 2021. My name is Kimberlie Wright. Welcome to Word Up, the class all about poetry, short stories, and spoken word. So last week we were basically talking about doing shape poems, and I hope you all had a chance to create something. I showed you all this one that I did last week. That's called Peace and Love. So even though you can see the shape of the actual peace sign and the heart sign, you see words all throughout of it. And I just want to go straight into seeing if any of you strong writers out there have any pieces to share.
Yes, Kimberly.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, last week was my first time in your class, and I tried to do a little something.
That's good. That's good.
I'm not sure if it's exactly what, but it's something. So, and I'm going to rely on my new virtual classmates to help me out on some of the things. But I did do this. It's a, I don't know if you can see it. Let me hold it back a little bit. Um, it's the it's 65. I hope you can tell it's a 65.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can definitely see that. It's very creative. I like it.
But it is a poem that I wrote that's called Over 65 and Fabulous.
I love it. It's so beautiful. It's very creative. I love that.
And it's got all the words in it. But I won't read out the poem to you, but I just wanted you to see that I did do the picture.
Why you don't want to read it to us?
Well, I can.
If you want to read it from your people, like I was saying that it was so hard to read it from the
Yes.
image, but if you want to read it from your page, or it's up to you, however you feel. Just relax and have fun. We would love to hear.
Okay, give me a second if you could.
So we'll just come back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else got a shape or a concrete poem?
What about 6 words?
6 words is good. Who said that?
I did. Shanette.
Miss Shanette. Okay. So, all right. We also covered the 6-word short story, and you are able to tell a short story in 6 words and get the audience really intrigued by what you're trying to convey for them to actually even want to hear more. So right now, Miss Shanette, you have the stage.
Okay. Does it supposed to have a title, or I just read the 6 words?
Of course, you want to hear the title if it has a title.
Okay, it does it. All right. Boom. Lightning strikes. Trees are hit.
Yeah, that's really intriguing. It's like I want to know, was it a storm or is there something going on? Like, yep.
Yes, believe it or not, maybe 3 Mondays ago when we had that storm come through, it struck 2 trees in the backyard. And I was laying on the couch and there was a big boom. It scared me. I jumped up, and you could see where the lightning hit the trees in the top. You know, it's like it just carved out from the top of the tree, and some of the bark off the tree scattered over in the yard. It was frightening, believe me.
I'm telling you, I know you said that was how you started the piece. Boom, lightning strikes, trees are hit.
2 trees were hit.
Yeah, okay.
Some of the limbs, just a few of the limbs fell down. They weren't big limbs. It was, I guess you could say, the grace of God. The trees didn't fall. That was a good thing.
Yeah, that's a really inspiring piece, and sometimes when they have them storms and all trees go down and stuff, you know, like so many things happen in life, but I always pray that, you know, people are safe and that type of thing. All right, thank you so much, Miss Shanette, for that beautiful piece. We are going to go to Miss Gloria Langley if she's ready. You have to
I am ready.
Yes.
The title of my poem was Over 65 and Fabulous.
Yes, ma'am.
I am over 65 and fabulous. It is time to say and do whatever I want. I don't have to shake or make noise to shine. I can just walk into a room and make it mine. I've always hinted to the fact of being a late bloomer. Who's to say that this chapter could have happened any sooner? My days are finally chiming to the rhythm and rhyme of a life that is going to be forever divine. So enjoy your life by praising God for the ride. Just be sure to make him your guide. That's it.
Wow.
That
That
was
was awesome.
cool.
Thank
That was
you.
great. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was spicy, and it was just like really a real poem that had a lot of content because it was spicy. It had some spirituality in it. It had a journey where somebody's going. That poem can be like it's really eloquent too. It can be a poem that people like. You know, a lot of people know "Phenomenal Woman" by Maya Angelou. That's
Yeah.
the poem that
Yeah.
people would probably know and probably recite at certain arenas. But one thing is too, I always say to you all, write your pieces down in your journals and everything. You never know what you might be able to do with them, publishing them, you know, or get them copyrighted at least too, so people won't. Hopefully, people don't plagiarize and say that they wrote your poem, you know. But
Kimberly, I'm sorry, would you say that again because I was concerned about that?
I was saying, hopefully, like one thing that since the poems are so good, just like I was just saying, your poem is so good for so many reasons that I could see women or even just people in general. Like, you know, there are many, just like Mr. Running just said, it's good. But if even if a poem is seemingly, it's not even directed to a woman or a man, but it's telling your feelings about being 60 over 65 and fabulous. I was just saying that if you you know, make sure to put your pieces down into a journal.
Okay.
You can compile them. I said one day you might make sure to possibly get your things copyrighted. You might want to have them published. We'll like talk about more things like that in this class as well as pertaining to how would you go about doing stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, and so if that piece were, let's say, put on like the internet where you had it copyrighted, where people would, I said sometimes you want to just go ahead and do that so people don't plagiarize and say that they wrote the poem, even though.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Kim,
Yes, ma'am.
may I add? And she may be able to present that at a poetry slam.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like our upcoming one that we're going to be having at the Harriet Darnell facility. You
Well,
know,
I have a book of poetry of several poems that I wrote, but yeah, okay.
that's nice. So everybody, we are thinking about having a really big event for this class for any poets that want to participate as it pertains to, you know, wanting to be able to hear the literature and your words. So that's going to be upcoming, but first we have to get into the facility. But we already been sort of planning, and it's going to be really fun. All right. Anybody else have anything to share? Unless if you have a concrete poem or the 6-word short story, and then if not, let me know just what you're doing so we can know. Miss Jean, you have to unmute yourself. Beautiful.
Did okay.
Thank you, Miss Gloria Langley.
This is my 6-word short story. I love, admire, and fear you.
Mm.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Did that have a title?
Love.
Okay. Good job.
Here's another one. Here's one more. She called me from the grave.
But you just getting all deep now.
But no, she did. My friend died and she called me.
Yes.
Yeah, she's in California and she died much earlier than she called. And she called me after she was dead.
Mm.
I know. It's scary. It was true. And I'm so glad my grandchildren were here to see it because they said, Grandma, you making this up. But
What did she say, Miss Jean, or is person?
Person.
I said, what did she say, or is it person?
Oh, what did she say? She asked me how I was doing. She said she was feeling fine. She'd been to the doctor. And I told her I was so glad she called. And it was the strangest thing. But I'm glad my granddaughters were here because they would have said, Grandma, you made that up. It was true. It was true.
Okay.
Wow.
And my daughter was here too, so she heard.
Thank you, beautiful, for all of that. So, Mr. Runny.
Yeah. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I have a 6-word.
Okay.
It's called terrorized. I terrorized my 3rd grade class.
Tell us more.
I was gonna say it, but he looked like he didn't want to share.
I'm gonna say with his bad, little bad butt.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. That's what happened. What happened was I stayed out of school one day to go to a doctor's appointment. And so when I got back home, I lived right in back of the school. I could take me like 30 seconds to walk from my back door into the back door of the school. And so when I got back home, I went outside to play. My mother said, stay in the front yard, but I didn't listen to her. I went to the backyard. I found this mirror in the trash. It had a crack in it, and it was a big round mirror. So I hid behind the mirror, and I started splashing the reflection of the sun into my 3rd grade class. And so then as I, went around the room, the teacher and some of the kids came to the windows, and I was hiding behind the mirror, and I kept on flashing this light into their eyes as they sat at the window. So then I dropped the mirror, got up and ran around the corner. I was expecting to get some flack and be in trouble when I went back to school, but the teacher never mentioned it. So I got away with it.
They probably didn't see you. So funny. Well, that was a nice terror. It wasn't too bad.
Right.
I terrorized my 3rd grade class. Thank you, Mr. Running.
Thank you.
That was really nice. You have any other pieces you want to share?
No, I've just been writing the haiku.
Okay.
I love the haiku.
No problem. And anybody else have the 6-word short story or a concrete poem they wanted to share, or any poem? Miss Jacqueline, if you were saying something, Miss Jacqueline, you have to unmute yourself. Were you saying something, Miss Gloria?
I was saying something, but I'm gonna need you and the help of my classmates to help me, since it was the first class that I took with you last week again, and you were teaching and you were telling us about the haiku and the sinkane.
Yes,
is that right? Well, I tried to put that to action to see if I understood it. And so I did write a haiku and I wrote a sinkane. So I want to share the haiku with you. And again, I'm looking to my classmates to help me to see if I did this right. It's the 17 syllables, right? And 3 lines, correct?
Yes, ma'am. 5, 7, 5.
Okay, I mentioned that I would write something about my experience during the pandemic. Remember that? Okay, and this is my haiku. World changed overnight. That's the first line. Birds were silenced during flight. My heart paused from fright. That's it.
Wow.
Did that work?
That was really beautiful, and it left a real curiosity to me, to like, it wasn't direct as it pertains to what you're talking to. It left a lot to the imagination. So it's really, really nice. Beautiful. Thank you.
Okay.
Did that have a title?
That was
Not really. It was just an experience during the pandemic. So
pandemic. Name it pandemic.
Yeah, pandemic. Okay.
And what about your sin pain? Did you want to share that?
Okay. It's kind of based on an experience during that time, but it's a little bit different. So the Sinkane is universe, silent, still, dying, crying, trying, desperation in our eyes, life.
Wow. That's beautiful.
That's great.
Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah.
Very good. I like that.
Wonderful job. You did a wonderful job. So
Thank
you were able to, Ms. Gloria Langley, follow the instructions as it pertains to sticking to the rules and regulations of those particular pieces. But however, I just feel like you were able to put your imagination, ideals, and your soul into the poems, because you could really feel the energy radiating from me. That's how I feel from the inside from your pieces. So kudos, bravo, good job.
Thank you, classmates, too.
That was great. That was good.
Okay.
May I read one of my, may I read a 6-word short?
Miss Jean, wait 1 second, because Miss
Oh.
Jacqueline is next. Miss Jacqueline.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. A 6-word story. Enjoy. I enjoy walking to the square. At 6 words. I enjoy painting in the park. A prompt is enjoy.
Okay.
Is that a good prompt, or was outdoors a better prompt? I had one or the other.
The prompt isn't the question per se. The prompt is something to just get you to write about. You may have the word enjoy as a prompt, but write about something totally different. It could be something that I'm not like, it could have been the opposite of enjoy, because something you didn't enjoy. I'm not really sure, but whatever you write about from the prompt is your choice. So it's not a wrong thing.
Okay.
Per se. The only
But then I'll use outdoors, but the name of my story was enjoy.
Okay. The only thing I want to say is, usually your 6 words, you just want to, it's sort of like having maybe all of the content in a story in 6 words, meaning something that was really intriguing that would allow the reader or the listener to want more. You know, like, what is this person really talking about, or something like that. But can you read your 2 pieces once again? Sorry.
I enjoy walking to the square. I enjoy painting in the park.
Okay, and actually, if you were to use those as 6, I think they are more something that you're saying you enjoy, and it seems to have like a flat consistency of you just letting us know something you enjoy. But however, it could definitely have some story content behind it to say, why do you like these things? What's all going on at the time? Like, you could be explaining to us why you go to the park. It would be very detailed, like, because I see so much going on. You know how
So you want an actual story, not just 6 words. I was trying to do it with the 2 lines with 6 words.
Yeah, it's not just 6 words. It's a short story in 6 words. But however, what you did is not wrong. I'm just saying to you how it even still could be making somebody feel intrigued. After you said something like that, I enjoy going to the park, then I will be wondering what is it about the park that makes you enjoy it so much? So I would want to hear all those details. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Oh, I can do another 6 lines if I want.
no, I'm saying that would, sorry, Miss Jacqueline. I'm saying that I was just gathering from what you said to me.
Okay.
What would make somebody feel intrigued to hear your story in your 6 words? All I was saying is, yes, now I will be wondering in detail what you're doing. I'm not saying you have to write that, but after the 6 words, it's sort of like Mr. Ronnie told his story about being the terror for his 3rd grade class. He didn't have to tell us that, but it was just the commentary of him explaining what he actually said to us, because we was like, wow, why were you a terror for your 3rd grade class? Those was like some profound words that would make you feel like you wanted to know more about the story.
Oh, okay.
All I'm saying is, your particular piece, I would be wondering, why do you enjoy the park so much? So yes, it definitely is a good 6-liner. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Kimberlie,
Yes.
I was going to say, Miss Jackie, too, for me, when you talked about going to the square, I was trying to envision where you were. I mean, what's in the square? Is it a park? Are there restaurants? I mean, I was just trying to figure, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking the same thing. It made me think a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you think about squares, they have a lot of little different shops and kids and things. So that's what I was just
They do. Marietta Square. I enjoy, okay, I could have said I enjoy going to the square with
Jackie, there's nothing you have to change. I'm saying you did the right thing.
Oh.
It left us wanting more, or wanting to hear more of the story. That's all you're supposed to achieve. That's what I'm saying. You did a good job.
Oh, okay.
And then what I was saying was, you did do a good job, because that's what it invoked in me. It made me think about you going to the square. Yes, ma'am. I was there with you. That's what I was trying to say. I was thinking about, yes. Just like with Mr. Ronnie and I was there with y'all is what I was saying.
Okay.
It's sort of like, it's sort of like if I get on a bus and people on there and I say, today is a beautiful day. I don't know, I'm trying to say something real plain, but what if I get on the bus and sit by you, we know each other, and I'm saying, and I just say, today is a nice day. You might say today is a nice day too. But however, if I say to you, Miss Jacqueline, girl, I got something to tell you. Aren't you like really wondering?
Yeah, wondering what it was.
So after that, I'm saying I got a whole story with details to tell you. I'm just saying your 6-worder did leave us wanting to wonder what in the world you're talking about as it pertains to more details.
All right, now I understand.
Yes.
Good job, Miss Jacqueline. We wanted to hear more. That's what you prompted in us. So thank you.
Thank you, Miss Gloria.
I have one more poem. This one I wrote in my journal. I found an art and poetry journal. I started the journal, and I'll wait till you come back. This is a picture of the oak tree, like an oak tree I used to climb when I was a child.
Wow.
That's pretty
good.
And the poem I wrote here in my journal.
Miss Jackie, we want to see it. It looks so beautiful.
It's pretty.
Hold it still for one more time.
Okay, my poem is over here. And there's the oak tree that I climbed as a child.
That is
Beautiful.
Okay.
I love the design.
And in the tree, I wrote mighty winds blow night and day on the branches of the tree. You can't see the words, but they're in there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and my poem reads, The Mighty Wind. A mighty wind blew night and day. It blew the oak tree leaves away. Like a thief, I caught a leaf. Then the tree did speak. When I was a child, I carried every leaf away. I turned around to hear the tree say, you stole the best part of me away.
Wow.
So there's my poem. And there's my journal.
I
started my poetry journal.
I like that.
And the last assignment I did, you said to study, learn a poet. And I found an interesting poet by the name of Gwendolyn Brooks.
I know Gwendolyn Brooks.
I didn't know about Gwendolyn Brooks before, but she was a very interesting person.
She's great.
And she wrote about her life experiences. And she wrote about things that she saw. She was born in Topeka, Kansas, and she published she was a literate for the state of Illinois and a consultant poet. People consulted her. And
take your time.
Why it does this, all these people keep calling. She wrote children's books also.
Yes, ma'am.
Gwendolyn Brooks, she was amazing. And she wrote a book called The Bean Eaters for children. And then I wrote a little 6-word story about her.
Okay.
Or did I? Yeah.
That's wonderful. I learned about Gwendolyn Brooks as a child.
Oh, she was wonderful. Yes. I read about poet Gwendolyn Brooks. Gwendolyn Brooks write what she sees. And my prompt is experiences. Okay. So that left you really wondering, I'm sure.
Well, not only that, it goes really well with what you just explained about researching her and just learning about her, being like you just had a really great learning experience, something to put in your computer, which is your soul, your mind, your psyche, you know. So that's why I encourage you all to, like, you know, research anything, any genre, but as it pertains to your writing, you can even look up writers. That's really good. Thank you, Ms. Jacqueline. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Ms. Jacqueline. Sorry. Miss Jean.
Yes, ma'am. I wrote two 6-word stories. They are autobiographical.
Say that again.
They are autobiographical.
Okay, no problem.
The first one is called The Bride. I said I do. I'm sorry, excuse me. Let's start again. No he said I do, but didn't.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Got it? The second one is called First Anniversary. Stay or go. I must decide.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it.
I'll say that again. Can you read it?
Stay or go.
Oh.
I must decide.
Well, I'm ready to fight him, Miss Jean.
Guess what I did? You guys guess what I
did? The G-O.
Would you say that first one again, please?
Okay. It's called The Bride. He said I do, but didn't.
Yeah, that's important. That's intriguing.
Okay.
Mr. Running said, yeah.
Yep.
Don't say yeah, it mean no, Mr. Running.
Mr. Ronnie, that's why I wanted to cite him.
That was good, Miss Jane. All right. Oh my goodness, Miss Terrell, having an event like this to have people probably laughing, crying.
I'm so excited right now. You know how my mind is going. It's just spinning with ideas.
So
May I say one more thing too, Kimberly? And then I'm gonna hush. I'm not gonna say nothing else. Y'all are so beautiful in expressing yourselves, and you can see your passion. I guess that's what I wanted. You can feel your words. I feel your words.
That's what I just said. It's really powerful and profound. Tell you.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. And it's amazing that 6 words or however many words can evoke that passion or that feeling. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And now I'm a hush.
No. So, young people, always remember that if we were having, imagine being at the Darnell facility, and a lot of you have already been on that stage doing something as it pertains to maybe a performance or event. And if any of you have never stepped on a stage before, I just want you to remember that the vibration would be just like you're in class. You know, present yourself in ways that you feel is the best for you to shine. But however, if Miss Jean, you were just reciting your last 2 6-word short stories, and somebody in the audience holler, "Can you read the first one again?" You know, it's not appropriate for this type of event. You just go ahead and say, "No problem," you know, and read it again, that type of thing. So you just know you don't want to relax and be comfortable. It's just about sharing your craft, your words, what you're trying to convey, and get out there and, you know, do it the best so people can receive what you're trying to get them to feel or hear or see. You know, so many things, the senses that go along with writing. And, you know, just do your best. It's not like really so much about a show, but getting your actual craft out there. All right. Anybody else have any piece to share? You can go back and forth. Miss Vicky, don't be shy. So silly.
I have a shape poem. I don't know if you can see it.
We go up. Okay, with some arrows. That's really nice.
Okay.
Cool.
I like the drawing.
I was inspired by an ad that I saw in the newspaper when I was reading the paper.
Oh, okay.
It was just an advertisement, but it had the shape of an arrow, and it inspired me to write a poem. The ad had nothing to do with the poem. It was just a Dow Jones report about the stock market. But I thought about Older Americans Month, and I wrote this poem, We Go Up. And all the words go up and down the sides that I colored. So as we age, we go up. Remember your little baby cup? From birth to death, you add years and tears. Smiles are counted, plus the jeers. Why do they say we go down? I think we just move up, around and around.
That's cute.
That's nice.
I like it.
We go up.
Let me see your picture. Can I see your picture again?
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
I like that.
It's a little showing green because of my green screen. I have another one, Kimberly, that I wrote. I was busy this past week writing, and I don't know what you call it, a cinquain poem or cinquain?
Cinquain, like sugar cane.
And that's the one where we have one word, then 2 words, then 3 words, then 4 words, then 1 word again.
Yes, ma'am.
And I wrote this one called, you inspired me with a prompt called working, wearing a mask.
Okay.
And I call this one the face mask. Behind the mask, my smile spreads, seen in my eyes, laughter.
Okay, can you read it one more time? Sorry.
Yes, behind the mask, my smile spreads, seen in my eyes, laughter.
Very good.
That was really good, and it made me think about how all the time your mouth is covered with the mask, and like if you are communicating with somebody, you know, like they say your eyes speak a lot of words. Like when you smile, people can tell by looking at how your eyes change.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me, Vicky.
I wrote one, a couple of 6-word poems, story poems.
Short stories.
Yeah. One is called Old Bones. It's inspired because you said write something about aging. Old Bones. Getting up slowly, moving slightly bent.
Moving up slowly. Slightly.
And what was the name of it again?
Old Bones.
All right, to me, this is just my perception. If I put that title with the actual 6 words, it goes together really well. But if I listen to the 6 words without even knowing the title, the piece could fit for so many different situations. So it definitely leaves you intrigued as to what the story might be behind all that. All right, good job. You have another piece.
The second one is The Weapon. It's called The Weapon.
Okay.
It's for Older Americans Month too. Swinging his cane in self-defense. Swinging his cane in self-defense.
Okay.
That's it. I have one last one and then I'll quit, okay?
It's okay.
I have fun writing this one.
Right.
Going to the store, that's what it's called. It's a haiku poem. Looking for my keys. Putting my hat and mask on. Where was I going?
That's cute.
Oh my goodness.
I had fun reading that because a lot of times we're getting ready to go somewhere and we do everything we need to do and we're like, now what was I going to do?
I can relate to that point. Yes, indeed.
That's it.
That is funny. Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing that with us.
Okay, I have one thing here, quickie. Yeah, I have a sync for all of us.
Okay.
Okay, it's called Glowing. Aging, years pass. Accept the changed. Earned a new you. Rejoice.
Word up.
Y'all get ready to say that word up.
Yep. Heard up. Very good.
I have one.
Oh, goodness. This is a good show here. The show that y'all presenting right now.
I know that's right.
Yes, Miss Lattimore.
I have a poem that I wrote. It's like a story, not in the stories of others. I have to make up my own stories, because in the stories of others, I get squashed and smothered. It's like freestyle or a relationship between mother and child. In my own story, I can walk a mile. In my stories, and not in the stories of others, I communicate with my whole being, entire, unbroken, mission complete.
Bravo, bravo.
Wow.
That was good. That was good, Miss Jacqueline.
Could I hear it again, please? Miss Jacqueline.
Miss Jacqueline, somebody wants to please hear it again.
I can't hear.
Somebody wants to hear it again. Can you recite it again?
Oh, okay. Not in the stories of others. I have to make up my own stories, because in my story, in the stories of others, I get squashed and smothered. It's like freestyle or relationship between mother and child. In my own story, I can walk a mile. In my story, and not in the stories of others, I communicate with my whole being, entire, unbroken, mission complete.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Right. Yeah. So strong.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'll put that in my journal.
Yes, ma'am. Anthony Bailey, you got a poem to share with us?
Kim, I have something to say. If we go back to the center, I think, and they had to limit the classes. You know, I have a passion for pottery and for the arts and crafts, something out of nothing. But I think if we were limited to like 5 or 6 people per class, I think I would select Word Up now, because it has given me a chance to explore different words and poems and writing that give me a new way to think about things. So I think if I had to go back and we said we were limited to like 5 people, could choose 5 people per class, and we could just only choose one class, I think I would choose Word Up.
Thank you for that.
May I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
The beauty of it all is, Miss Vicki, when we do go back, we're going to do virtual and on site. So you have the best of both worlds. So if you can't get in the class, because it will be limited on site, you can still participate virtually.
So what she said is, while, like, say we were sitting in the pottery class now, while I'm having pottery, I will have my camera going, doing the class virtually as well for those who had to stay at home or that still were not able to participate. And don't fret. Like, just like we had to go through the whole 2020, kind of like in the house, different stuff is going on. Like right now we're into some different, nothing stays the same forever. Things change. So each time, you know, things will get better and better and better. Things are going to be changing all the time. So yeah, don't worry.
And I say all that to say, you don't even have to choose. You can do it all.
I was going to say, you're going to still be able to do every class you want to take. That's why I was saying, I'm so glad you said that about Word Up, but you'll be able to take every class you want.
But the physical classes then would probably be the classes limited to those that you need to have at the center then. For instance, pottery could go on for 5 days, and then Word Up and other things that can be online would be online with Zoom. Is that the configuration, the thought process that's in progress, or don't we know yet? We don't know yet.
We don't know yet. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kim. We don't know how it all is going to be, but there will be classes that will be virtual and on site at the same time. They're going to go on at the same time.
Yeah, and again, you know, as people start to integrate, come back into the facilities, we re-enter in the facilities, then sometimes you'll have better projections of what we need to do, where we need to go from here. And, you know, that's what I was saying. Things will be changing all the time, but you'll still have access to every class that you've already been taking thus far.
But could I make a suggestion?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I don't want to work you to death, Kim, but it's Carol. I was thinking along the line, there's something like pottery that we need a lab in, that we would have pottery 1 hour or 2 hours a day, maybe all week, and each person who signs up for the pottery selects one day.
Well, we kind of got that kind of figured out how we're going to do it. I can't really say, but like Kimberly said, we're probably going to start one way and it'll evolve into something else because this is all new. Right. And we still have to be very cautious because we still have to deal with social distancing. We still have to deal with limitations on the number of total people that can be in the building. So it's going to be different, but I know we're going to get through it, and it's going to evolve as time goes on.
And so I brought up pottery as an example was because pottery is one of those kind of things where, you know, we're sort of limited in what we have available at home, and it's more hands-on, hand building pottery. I use it, yeah, because if it's that's at human contact that's necessary in our day-to-day lives, limited to like an hour and 5 people per class would give more comprehension to, we used to have 16 people in class. So if you do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5 people a day for like an hour or 2, that would be each week. And then of course it would free people up to maybe use Zoom for something else that they love. That's not as messy as pottery and painting, you know, those sort of things that are sort of messy and need all those supplies that Fulton County has.
Yes, but we are considering all those things, Ms. Vicky, and we are going to have all the classes that we provide we're doing everything we can as pertains to the programming to be able to fit, you know, the masses, or just like Ms. Terrell said, how many people that we are able to have come into the facility. And we're considering, you know, possibly rotating people or different things. So once we get there, we'll be definitely knowing just what is going to go on. You can't even kind of project certain things unless it's actually in motion.
And I can say this though, I doubt it that we would have one class 5 days a week, because we have so many classes, we have to have other people in the building. Because remember, we're dealing with limitations of people.
Yeah.
And we had a plethora of classes, so we have to try to get some of those other classes in during that week. But we've already kind of figured out the pottery. Y'all will be pleased. And like I said, as time goes on, things will change.
I was saying, Ms. Vicky excited.
No, I was just trying to find a way to get over my paranoia about this social distancing thing. We've been pretty much isolated, as Kim knows, and we're very, very careful about being around people.
We feel the same way, Miss Vicky.
Yeah, and we're gonna have all of that stuff. We're gonna have all of that stuff worked out as it pertains to social distancing, making sure we stay safe and cautious, and hopefully, you know, everybody will support that and do everything that they need to do for everybody to stay safe, because it includes you know what I mean? Which is everything.
I use pottery as an example because people were so brokenhearted when they didn't get in pottery. And
so brokenhearted when they didn't get any class that they needed. Hold on 1 second, Miss Jean, so sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to read. Well, I think all you're saying is relevant. I have one called Wisdom, and I think it'll apply to all of us.
Yes, thank you for that. It's almost time for me to.
Okay, it's okay. It's called Wisdom, I wrote it. It's called Wisdom. It's a Cinque.
Yes, ma'am.
Wisdom, God given. Hear your heart. It whispers to you. Listen.
Well, all right now. That's good.
What it was.
I have one, Kim.
That was deep.
Yeah, that was deep.
Was.
Do we
Very
have
nice.
time? I have another one.
No problem, no problem.
Okay. It's one that I wrote while I was locked in during COVID. Okay. It's called These Old Hands Tell a Story. These old hands are never forgotten, and deeds are never erased when traced. These old hands replicate history and tell stories by and by. These old hands teach survival and a way to defeat a rival. These old hands fight illness and disease with little frustration and is limited in duration. These old hands make home toothpaste, soap, and sanitizer. They are as an analyzer. These old hands sew garments for self, children, grandchildren, and great-grands to meet all our family's demands. These old hands make our own blankets and quilts, even doll houses or diorama with furnishings we built for our grandchildren and great-grands after teaching them an instrument to play in a band. With these old hands, I teach my grandchildren our history through storytelling as a Native American, of the Native Americans and Africans, and what they did yesterday and do today, and teach them to obey. We can teach by WhatsApp, Facebook, and FaceTime, by the way. These old hands, I teach them to make our own puzzles without a struggle. These old hands perform deeds of wisdom, never working alone, even if isolated at home. These old hands share crafts, play games, share recipes with our families and friends on Zoom or FaceTime. We also pray for one another, never forgetting our brother. These old hands. That's my
All
point.
right.
That was very
These
good.
old hands keep busy.
I like how you keep saying these old hands. Like, look at Miss Jean, that's right, we get them a snap, give them a snap. That's like having part of our 3 R's in the poem with rhythm, rhyme, and what was the other one? She kept saying these old hands, everybody?
Yeah, these old hands don't know where they'll land.
No, what's the 3rd R? What is the 3rd R?
Yo, Kim, I got the diorama in there too.
I know, I heard you say it. Young people, I said, what is the 3rd R?
Reading, writing, arithmetic.
No, I said it involves rhyme,
Thank y'all, appreciate it.
rhythm, and
Rhythm.
what did Miss Gloria, what did Miss Jacqueline just do?
Repetition?
Repetition.
Oh.
So that would be great for like when we do our spoken word on stage. At the end, you could keep saying these old hands.
These old hands.
These old hands.
Yes, ma'am. That's all I'm saying. That was repetition.
And Kim, since I know you got to go, but since we are at the end of Old Americans, do we have another? We don't have another week word up for Old Americans Month.
What do you mean? Meaning, do we have another week for Old Americans?
I want to have a poem about Old Americans Month.
Okay, go for it.
You gave me, okay, real quick. Who am I? You gave us a prompt of saying, who am I? And it's an acrostic poem, so who am I? Older than people think I am. Long since lost the strength of a ram. Dentures and glasses I need every day. ears perked up, asking, "What did you say?" Remembering something is difficult now, and backbone bent to slightly bow. My hair and brows a silvery gray, ever so frail limbs bending to pray. Resting more with each passing year, I have enough wisdom to know not to fear. Can't stop the cycle of life for every man. Always remember to love all you can. Now, who do you think that I am?
Amen, amen,
Oh,
amen.
I like that.
Older
Amen.
American. I am an older American.
Amen.
Meaning that was the acrostic that you was reading from. I am an older American.
It's just older American.
Okay. All right.
Older American. So I spelled out older American and made the poem.
Okay. Yep. Good job. That was really great.
Yep, that was good.
Young people, speaking of older Americans, I thank you, Miss Vicki, for that beautiful piece. And that some of these pieces that you have recited in class, don't feel that we've all heard them, because you know the words can sink into us deeper. Some poems that you love, you know, read 1,000 times, and some poems you might know by heart. However, since we don't have our full audience, then you can even recite some of these pieces that you've been getting praise for in class already. So this is like content that we're already building up to use for our stage spoken word show. And also take into account that you can become an actress on stage as well. Like when you are reciting some of your pieces, maybe you want to express your words by using body movement, you know, or funny faces, or certain sounds, like your voice turns into a man's voice, or vice versa, a man's voice turns into a woman's voice, or your voice goes up and down for a reason. Or maybe you might use singing or some music tunes in your pieces. It's all good for, you know, just the expression, so keep that in mind. Don't forget, as it pertains to Older Americans Month, tomorrow at 11:30, we will be having the culinary cooking and learning with care slideshow by Chef Destiny Moss, and the rest of the kitchen chef, Aja Simmons and Brenton and Shawanda. And Friday, the Healing S. Mills Center, if you had a pleasure, or if you had the chance to see the other art shows that the centers have presented. So far, we've already had the Darnell slideshow, we had Bowden's, and we've had Benson's. So Mills show is on Friday. You have to check your schedule to see what time it is. I'm not sure, but that's going to be put on by
I wrote it down. It's at 1 o'clock.
Okay, 1 o'clock. Nicole Smith is having the Mills art show, so please support and watch that. And we have the culinary art show for Darnell tomorrow. Man, y'all have done such an outstanding job today. Like, I feel so filled and warmed in the inside of me from listening to these words, our laughter, our curiosities and wondering, and just actually it's such a just a beautiful class. I was trying to recruit people for this class at the facility, but I couldn't really figure out why people were really not willing to do it. But even though some people say, oh, I love poetry, but they just couldn't get from the classes that they already had. People was in so many different things that they already loved, they just couldn't find the time. But now, since we've had to go virtual, I see that so many people love Word Up and writing, and you know, putting your energies out there. That I've had a whole nother group of people that was in this class that got out, that went into different stuff. So there'll be more people returning to the class and everything. And so if you all don't have anything else to share, anybody, we're going to go ahead and conclude and end class today. Thank you so much. My name is Kimberlie Wright. Everybody put your fist up. Word up.
Word up.
Word up.
Now, poetry, short stories, and spoken word. I'll see you all next week. I did a great job.
Word up.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. I'll give you a new lesson next week as pertains to what we're going to be moving forward to. So if you want to just write this week and share your works for next week, that's fine. But I'm going to give a new lesson next week.
Hi, y'all.
Have a blessed day and week.
Thank you.
Thank you.